Okay. Hello, everyone. This is Zena from Chic Is Me. So, what I'm going to do today is I'm preparing a treat for my husband when he comes home. What I am going to do is show you what the treat is. He's anticipating, he thinks he knows, but I don't think he knows. But I am going to, hopefully, he'll chime in and because he's ready. So, what I am doing today, if you saw my previous video on making ice cream, vanilla ice cream, I'm going to take that same plain vanilla ice cream that the family loved, and I'm going to turn it into one of his favorite ice creams, which just happens to be strawberry. I'm also going to take that same vanilla ice cream and turn it into my favorite, which is butter pecan. So hang on, let's get my apron on and we'll show you how to do it. Hey, how are you? Thank you for joining. Let him know that I'm here. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is get the main ingredient opened. Okay. All right. Main ingredient opened. The sweet. All right. I can't hardly see it, but who is that? Send me a message about the chips because I can't see it from here. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is chop up the actual strawberries. Now, what I did was I picked out the best and the biggest, best, and most red, because you want your ice cream to be red or pink, not that light color pink where they put that food coloring in it. You want it to be strawberry red. So I got the biggest ones, the reddest ones. And what I did was I took the tops off, and we have to puree. How many cups? We need a 1 1/3 cup of pureed strawberries. Hi, how are you? Thank you for joining. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and cut the tops off. You don't have to cut all of your tops. I mean, get the white. You don't want that. And I'm just going to rough cut them and drop them in this measuring bowl here. For those of you who are just now joining me, thank you for joining. I'm making a treat for my husband upon his return home. This is his favorite dessert treat of all time, and that is strawberry ice cream. Hello. Thank you for joining. So the recipe says 1 1/3 cup. So we're gonna see how much this makes. You need a immersion blender, and you're just gonna go in with it just like that. Pulse it. If they don't pulse right away, that's fine. Just get them small enough where you can get your blade to pulse them down. Okay, let's see what happens. Couple of more and that'll be right on the money. All right, that's that. We're gonna hold on to these for a minute. These are gonna go in the refrigerator to keep them cold. Next step, you want a cold bowl. So if you have a stand mixer, you want your bowl cold, whether it's the aluminum like this one or the glass one. You want it cold, so freeze it. Get it on your mixer and hooked up. Next thing you want, keep your cream cold. You need 2 cups of cold, heavy whipping cream. Hello, hello. Can't see who's out there, but thank you for joining me. For those of you who saw the first video, you know this goes kind of quick because you need your cream to stay cold. So we need 2 cups of heavy whipping cream. And since I have another batch to make, it's going back in the refrigerator. Into the bowl. If you have a stand mixer, you know the last time I did not have one, but you will see how quickly this mixer makes your whipping easier. Down it goes. I'm going to start it slow. There we go. All right, so now you're going to let that whip until you get stiff peaks. Let me see. I am using a real blender. I'm using a stand blender, a stand mixer. I do have a hand mixer, but it takes longer to do a hand mixer. I am going to use a hand mixer though on the next batch because I have a cold. This bowl won't be cold anymore, so I will be using a regular mixing bowl that is actually in the freezer now. If you watch my video on the vanilla ice cream, you'll see I'm using a regular hand mixer. Thank you for subscribing. You want stiff peaks on your whipping cream? It won't take long. In the meantime, while that's going, you're going to take your remaining strawberries and you're going to chop them in small pieces. Do not let these macerize or drip any or release any juices by putting them in sugar, because what will happen, the juice will actually turn into icicles inside the cream when it's freezing. So you don't want this. You don't want to add sugar to this. There we go. There we go. They are at stiff peaks. Only a few minutes. Less than 5. And we want 1 1/4 cups of strawberries. And I think I do have 1 1/4 cups here. Hello, hello. Thank you for joining. Let's see what we got. My hands are clean. 1 1/4, so that's 1 cup right there into the bowl for now. Let's get our other cup worth. Where's another one? I need some more berries. Okay. 3 more should give us our 1/4 cup. Let's see. I did 2. Perfect. All right, so that's what we need. Now I'm going to show you what real stiff peaks look like. There we go. There you go. That's what stiff peaks should look like. There you go. There we go. Now, you don't want your peaks to drop on you. So you are going to mix your whole can of sweetened condensed milk in with your strawberry puree and your strawberries. All of this together. Everything must stay cold. Whoop. Whoops. Lost my spoon. Hello, hello. Thank you for joining. If you're out there, in goes the puree. You're going to mix it until it's well incorporated. I'm not sure if you guys can see this, but I will drop you down in a minute. For those of you who are trying to change the way you eat, what you eat, where you get it from, ice cream is one of those things you have to look. If you do not look, you will be getting an ice treat or a cream treat. You have to look to make sure it says ice cream. It doesn't say ice cream, it's not. Okay. So I'm going to show you what this looks like. See that? That's what it looks like. What you're going to do next, you're going to take those cold peaks. And they are going to go on top of that. You don't want to put this on top of those. It'll deflate them. So you're going to take your whipped peaks. I'm going to get them out and lay them in gently. Woo. Good vanilla. This is my vanilla that I made last year. Give it a shake. I'm going to add a half a teaspoon of vanilla. Smells good. One-half teaspoon of vanilla. And then you're going to do the infamous fold. You're going to fold the bottom, which is the heavy strawberry puree mix, over the top of your heavy whipping cream. And fold it in. This is what it's called by folding. Okay. Hello, hello. And because this bowl is not cold, got to work kind of fast. So a lot of people are probably wondering, how do you know which family member likes what? I've been with them long enough to know. So the hubs likes, he does like a combination ice cream, and that's Neapolitan, but you had to give him a choice. He wants strawberry. Our daughter, banana. She's like her granny. The boys, as long as it's ice cream. but I don't know if they have a favorite. I'm sure when they see this, they'll let me know. As for me, butter pecan. All right. All combined. That's how it looks. All right. From here, all you do now, it goes in your dish that you want to store it in to set. It takes 6 hours to set. So this will be good and ready for him when he gets here. And if you are watching, husband, I got you. No sneaking in it until it's done. Got you. All right, so that's how you do your strawberry ice cream. Give it a shake. And into the freezer. Hold on. Okay, so what we're gonna do next is we are going to make the butter pecan ice cream. And this one involves a little bit of cooking. So, what I am gonna do is prep the bowl again. I have one freezing, but I want to use this one. So since I have to cook for this, I'm going to give this bowl a wash and get it in the deep freeze. And get it kind of cool. When you are putting your aluminum bowls or anything in the freezer, make sure that you dry them before you get them in. Dry them thoroughly. Hello, hello. Thank you for joining. Okay, let's see if I got any questions. Anybody have any questions? Hello, hello. Thank you for joining. So let's work on the butter pecan. Clean up a little bit. I'm gonna need a board. frying pan. All right, so while the bowl is cooling, we're going to go ahead and start prepping for the next one, which is my favorite, butter pecan. This calls for 1.5 cups of chopped pecans. So I have a small bag of pecans. Hello, hello, thank you for joining. I'm gonna take half of them and start chopping. And these are already chopped, and they come in pieces about, sizes about like that. So you want to chop them down a little bit. Give them a nice, you don't want them too small, but you definitely don't want them too big. Because sometimes when you have frozen nuts, they do hurt your mouth. I need 1.5 cups. Hello, hello. Thank you for the likes. Thank you. So this is an actual 4-ounce bag, so it should give me what I need. Just because it's cold outside doesn't mean we have to be gloom with it. We can have fun on the inside just as well. And let me tell you, it is cold outside today and it's snowing. Right on the money, 1.5 cups. So, into the pan. According to the directions. And we need some butter. Some unsalted butter. This recipe calls for unsalted butter because you're going to add some some salt. And I just think it's just a little bit of salt, maybe like a 1/4 teaspoon. Did I forget that? I think I did. You need 3 to 4 tablespoons of unsalted butter. Which is 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna go with 4. So that's a 1/2 stick. 1/2 stick of butter. I'm gonna go ahead and add 1/4 1/4 teaspoon of salt. It doesn't take much. I am using a sea salt. I do not use table salt with iodine. It's either sea salt or pink salt. And we're going to need a 1/4 cup of packed brown sugar. Yep. Okay. Y'all, if y'all never smelled your own pre-made brown sugar, it smells so good. One-quarter cup of brown sugar. Now my brown sugar is on the light side this time, and I'll show you how to make that one day. So on the burner, and let them come up slow, like Tina Turner says, nice and easy. Hello, hello. This does have to cool a few minutes. And the instructions say to transfer to a plate. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to have a plate ready for them. And according to the directions, you want this to caramelize a little bit. But you don't want it to stay in the pan too long either. Hello, hello. Thank you for joining. For those of you who are just now coming in, or if you're on the replay, I am making treats for my husband and myself. And on the first part of this video, I made his treat, which is fresh strawberry ice cream. I used my 3-ingredient vanilla ice cream as the base and added fresh pureed strawberries, chopped strawberries, and some vanilla extract. And now I'm working on my ice cream. My favorite is butter pecan. Hello, hello. Thank you all for joining. So on days like this is a good pick-me-up. Although it's a cold treat, it is a good pick-me-up. Okay, so all the butter is melted and it has a foam on it like butter does. So you're gonna let it continue to cook down until it caramelizes. And you will know when it caramelizes. It'll look just like candy. Kind of like caramel, but with nuts in it. This is something you cannot leave because it's actually it's turning into candy. It can turn into a candy, so you do not want it to be too to cook too long. I'm gonna cook this until I see no more bubbles on the butter, and then I'm gonna take it off the heat and let it cool down on the plate. There we go. Okay. All right, here they go. Here you go. Hope everybody can see that. Gonna let that cool a minute. Because what you don't want is you don't want to add your hot mixture into your whipping cream or your stiff peaks, because it will deflate them and your ice cream won't turn out as creamy. Okay? So I'm gonna go over and get the bowl and get started on those peaks. And this is what a cold bowl looks like when you take it out. It starts to show the frost. Hello, hello. Thank you for joining me. Okay. Round 2. 2 cups of whipping cream. And into the bowl they go. All right, we're on our second. This time, well, the first half of this video is strawberry ice cream for your dad, fresh, with fresh strawberries. This part right here is butter pecan for me. All right, so as you can see, the pecans are cooling and they're starting to actually stick together, which is what you want, but you don't want them to be too cold. That's good. So as you can see, it takes about 2 to maybe 3 minutes on a stand mixer on 6, and you will have your peaks, your stiff whipping cream or your stiff peaks in less than 5 minutes. Off they go. They're not as cold. Hold on, let me give it a few more seconds. There they go. All right. This bowl is not cold either, but we're gonna work with it anyway. In goes our sweetened condensed milk. Now this recipe calls for 1 to 2 teaspoons of vanilla. So it's gonna get a nice little kick. Couple of extra drops for good measure. You're not a Southern cook, you wouldn't know about that. Never hurts to give it a couple of extra drops. I'm gonna go ahead and combine the milk and the vanilla together now to give the pecans a little extra time to cool. All right. And then we're going to drop them in. So they're still kind of warm. Everything goes in. Don't leave anything. For those of you wondering, yes, this plate is still hot. Those pecans and that sugar was hot. So break this up a little bit. You don't want real big clumps. You want to at least see pieces of butter of the pecans. You don't want those real big chunks. I know sometimes you can get commercial ice cream and you can see real big chunks of pecans together. Try to get them as small as you can. Break it up as small as you can. All right. That's what we got right now. There we go. There we go. Again, we are going to put the cream into the heavy, and we're going to fold from the bottom over. All right, can y'all see? From the bottom over the cream. From the bottom over the cream. Son, if you are watching, this is how you fold over. Especially when you're making that sour cream pound cake. Okay, making sure I got everything. Yep, I got everything in. If I learn how to make caramel, y'all ain't gonna be able to do nothing with me. If I ever learn how to make caramel, which I understand is not that hard to make, but yeah. Here we go. Okay, everybody, the butter pecan ice cream is done. And let me give it a taste. Let's see if I did good. Mm-hmm. Briars. Y'all just got kicked to the curb. Okay. Butter pecan ice cream. This was butter pecan ice cream. Okay, any questions? Any questions before I sign off? Any questions, anybody? Anybody out there need questions answered? Oh, that's good, y'all. Oh, that's good. Okay. All right, everybody. For those of you who are here, I appreciate you joining in. If you want the recipes, when the replay is dropped, they will be in the description box for each for each for each ice cream, with the full directions on how to mix them appropriately. You better hope you can get up the hill. If you have any other questions, you can leave them in the comment section, and I will answer you. Yeah, right. If the hubby is out there, I'll see you when you get here for your treat. Because I know you are going to flip when you finally see this. Okay? So with that being said, I appreciate each and every one of you that joined in on the live or who actually came and watched the replay. And as always, y'all be blessed.